Hello! So, let's start this week's adventure and start to prep the area for my 48 volt distribution box. I haven't planned it 100% yet, so it will be like sort of, I will make it happen as I go. So my plan is to fit it in here. So it's like a mounting bracket for the old engine. So what I'm thinking is I will cut all this out. So basically going that way, and then yeah, so take this piece out. Will be a lot of cutting, a lot of mess, but the location makes sense. So so yeah, that will be a long, intense project. So yeah, enjoy the time lapse and see you afterwards.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
So, working on my 48 volt distribution box, and yeah, it's a little bit more challenging in a way where I wouldn't expect, really. I don't even know where to start. Well, you saw in the time lapses I destroyed some drill bits, so that was one thing what I found about the copper. It's a very soft metal, and haven't been working with it for quite some time, and I discovered what it's if you don't have a cutting edge, it doesn't do anything. It just infinitely goes around, and then if you do cut in, at some point it just ceases, and then the little drill, it just snaps. So I killed 2 little drills, 1 3mm drill. Then I made a mistake, you probably saw it. I tried to re-drill one of the drills, but didn't come out anything good. So there we go. So this is my mesh. This is the first bar, a little bit off center. I mean the holes are a little bit off center, but everything is now done. So all the holes are done. So that the second one looks a little bit neater. Took me a while to find the nice cutting edge. Then the second part is my 3D printing. So I'll take you to the printer. This guy is printing finally the enclosure. Now this is a state after a night of printing. Also, middle night, the filament snagged, and all I was hearing at the night was like click, 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 and I know what that sound is. It means the extruder is struggling. It's basically extruder gears are slipping off the filament, and that means obviously the print is failing. Fortunately, I saved it. There was a little line of like imperfection, but that's alright, and it was fine. And then in the morning it snagged again. I was like, come on, really? So I don't know, I guess in the filament, when the filament being reeled in, like in the spool, they just sort of crossed it, and that's what produced the snag. I'm not sure why it's happening, but not the first time. Also, you can see I have, this is my 3rd attempt, so these 2 blue bits are beginning of the enclosure, but then the print failed. I didn't make all the time lapses on this because it just takes so long. I mean, there would be like a half-hour time lapses have on printing. That's not as exciting. So I thought we'll mix it up with other stuff. So I'll put something in, and yeah. So now I have some pieces I can do. I will put some screws into the bus bars, and then put threaded inserts in these. So these are supports for the bus bars. So yeah. Have fun watching that time lapse, and see you soon. Good morning. So this is the next day. Yesterday was a little bit printing and then just waiting on this. So it's finally out. So now I just need to tidy up the supports, put the cable glands in, start to measure stuff, and yeah, well, you're gonna see this in time lapse. See you soon. So, finally got a little bit more warm, so different hat. I'm not really staying in the sun without no hat. I don't want to get sunburn, you know. I'm being pale white for many years, you know, living in a factory. So anyway, so finally, enclosure is done. This is looks at the moment. I will probably put another 2 glands on this side, so a little design sort of pre-holes, so if I would ever need more connections added, then I can put in the next gland. So they're evenly, not evenly, so some of them are evenly spaced, so these are evenly and these are a little bit further spaced, so if I want bigger gland. So yeah, so this will be the main battery input. That goes to the motor plus 2, and that goes to the motor. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will try to fit it. See you soon.
Perfect. Perfect.
I've taken the lid off, and yeah, so now everything is a lot more organized. This looks more cleaner than it was. I like it. It's finally started to take a shape as I want to see. So there now is nothing more, just two cables. Like, I mean, two cables for battery, like for the charger, and that's it. And then the motor still obviously is a work in progress. And everything will be working. It's quite some time will be a work in progress. But yeah, it's definitely taking shape where I want to be. And so the next big step will be get step down from 48 to 12 volts, and these two plans, so they will be coming out 48 volts going up, and then I will have the DC to DC converter somewhere here. But you will need to wait for next week to see this, because I think this is a good point where I can finish this week's video. A lot being done. I mean, I obviously prepped the surface, cut the thing out, 3D printed it, assembled, installed. So yeah, before I finish, I would like to say thank you for you guys who are watching and supporting. I mean, that means a lot, even though my channel is small. Every view matters, you know. So so yeah, thank you for your nice support. So see you next week. Goodbye.